Okay, I'm back. I found my mistake. That's a negative 7, so this is a negative 1. See what happens when you go to check it out? 2 times negative 1. And sorry, I'm not starting all over. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus y equals 2. Then when I add 2 to both sides, y equals 4. So my point is negative 1, 4. Let's see if that checks. Negative 5, when I plug negative 1 in, minus 4 is negative 9. That checks. Negative 1 plus 4, negative 2 plus 4 is 2. That checks. There's a couple different situations in the elimination method, though, I'd like to show you. So that was number 8. The y's readily canceled. They had the same coefficient. They each had a 1, and they were opposite signs. About as straightforward as it gets. 4x minus 2y equals negative 2. 6x plus y equals 5. Now, neither of these is going to eliminate right off the bat. 4 and 6 aren't going to cancel, a negative 2 and a 1 aren't going to cancel. So I need to get the same coefficient. Obviously, it's a little easier to multiply this one by 2. And again, you'll notice why I'm recording it the way I'm recording it. So this equation stays the same. I'm multiplying everything by 2. This is where we often make mistakes. Someone will write a 5 here, forget to do that. It's very easy. Now, again, since the signs are opposite, the coefficients are the same, I can add the two equations. 4x plus 12x is 16x. These eliminate. Negative 2 plus 10 is 8. We're getting a fun number here. X is 1/2. I'm not afraid of fractions, are you? So nicely, if I put 1/2 into either of these, it's pretty easy. I like to work with positives, negatives, obviously, as I just demonstrated. Cause you to make mistakes. So 6x plus y equals 5. 3 plus y equals 5. Y must be 2. So again, my point is 1/2 2. Reviewing that the coefficients weren't the same, so I need to multiply one of the equations by a number. So 1/2, 4 times a half is 2. 2 minus 4 would be negative 2. That checks. 6 times a half is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. That checks. So both of these check. And then here's the last example of what might happen in an elimination situation. Here I have 7x minus 3y equals 6, and negative 2x plus 5y equals negative 10. They sort of have made all of these easy, it looks like, in that you have opposite signs always to combine. Anyway, neither of these is easy to get to in one swoop, so who do we want to make the same, the x's or the y's? If I wanted to find the least common multiple of 7 and 2, it'd be 14. If I want to find the least common multiple of 3 and 5, it'd be 15. I don't know, for some reason I like 15 better, so I'm going to multiply the top equation by 5, the bottom equation by 3, and remember to multiply all the way across, and negative 6x plus 15y, whoops, that's a y, equals negative 30. Oh, this kind of does come out nice too because it's 0. So 29x equals 0. So x must be 0. And then go back in and find y. That's the elimination method. Then they ask you to do a couple. Here I'm going to do one of these because you get a change in sign. So number 14, they say choose any method you want. I happen to be a pretty big fan of the elimination method. So I'm going to, although this one would be either or because you could get x by itself. But I'm going to multiply this by 3, and I'm going to get 3x plus 9y equals 3, and down here I'm going to get 3x plus 7y equals 1. And since these are the same sign, I have to subtract, and this is what I like to do. I subtract, and then 3x minus 3x is 0. They eliminate. 9y minus 7y is 2y. And 3 minus 1 is 2. Again, that works out pretty nicely. Y equals 1. Now go back. Whoops. Now go back and find x. And then finally the word problem. You guys have the practice sheet. So I'm going to do number 24, because you guys have to do number 23. You and your sister decide to combine your weekly overtime. A lot of time these problems that we do are called linear combinations. Your overtime rate is $18 per hour. Hers is 24. The total amount you earned was $288. If you worked 2 more hours, so there's your one relationship. 18 per hour for you, 24 per hour for her, got you a total of $288. So 18 for you plus 24 per her got you a total of $288. And if you have 2 unknowns, you need 2 relationships. So you got to find that other relationship. It says you worked 2 more hours of overtime than your sister. So if you take your sister's hours and add 2, you would get yours. And actually, there's a nice substitution. You can substitute that right in for you and solve. So 2 equations, 2 unknowns.